What is up, YouTube? That's today. I'm back from where Pokemon VGC 2023 Regulation E ranked battles, and today we're going to be fixing a hyper-aggressive team that uses Weezing Roaring Moon with a little bit of Flutter Chi-Yu, and last but not least, Tornadus Ogerpon. This is a team that is submitted on my Patreon in my official team submission post. If you guys have a team you want me to take a look at, use in a video, and do my best to fix, think about checking on the Patreon. Even the lowest tier, the 2-hour tier, gets access to this submission post and all of the rentals I show in all of my videos. So that being said, let's scroll down and find the official submission post right here. It's going to be this one from James Nichols. So yeah, they have the rental code, they have the Poke Paste. They even list a bunch of their top lead combinations. I really like how specific they are in this. It helps me understand their thought process and how they like to use this team so much. And they even give a reason for using Water Pond over something like Urshifu. So it's actually still a really, really good choice. They say here, most of the spreads are 252 spreads, like 252, 252, full, special attack or attack and speed, because they think speed matters on this team instead of a little bit of a bulk. And I, for the most part, agree. I think that you should be trying your best to get your speed tiers down first, hitting hard, hitting first. The most important thing about that is actually hitting first. So going full speed on a lot of these mons isn't actually a bad idea, but what we do need to do is understand, how much speed do we actually need? For example, like Flutter. I don't think that Flutter's a mon that you really need to run full speed on anymore. I would say still being able to outspeed Tornadus and Genies are nice, but then you can throw the rest of that in bulk so you can actually trade with other Flutters. Same thing goes for Chi-Yu. A lot of these mons, what we're going to be trying to do is rein in these 2v2 spreads just a little bit, give them just a little bit of bulk, so when we're in those late game 2v2 or 1v1 situations, we can even go into mirror matches and know for a fact we're going to be able to soak a little bit of damage, hit as fast as we want to hit, and then reply back with the correct amount of damage. I don't think there's anything actually even wrong with playing hyper-aggressive teams with a 252, 252 spread, but we're going to try and be a little bit more optimal, and hopefully you guys learned something today. Before we get into the games, I will say that the question of the day is, Regulation F rules got announced. It's going to be using the new Pokemon from the, what's that DLC called? The Crown Isle of whatever, DLC 2. That DLC 2 is coming out. And they announced that all the new mons are going to be legal, excluding legendaries. But they also announced that we're going to be having the rule set for 4 months. So let me know, do you guys like that we're going to be having the rule set for 4 months? Do you guys wish it was just 1 month? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, we're just going to get right on into these games. Wish me luck. Here we go. Shenpao Goldango Mimikyu. So Weezing does not turn off Mimikyu's disguise ability, but it does turn off the pranksters and a bunch of other mons like that. I think that we want to bring out the Flutter. We need to do stuff with Weezing in this game. Weezing is very still good against Shenpao and Urshifus and stuff like that, so we can just lead Weezing. I think it's fine. I think that if we had Tailwind on this Roaring Moon, we'd be able to better set up for someone like Chi-Yu and Flutter to win in the back, but it's not looking like that's the case. I'm going to bring Roaring Moon, I'm going to bring Flutter, and I'm going to bring the Water Pond here. I think Chi-Yu's still a really good Pokemon, but I don't think we need it. I think Water Pond's going to be good enough at disincentivizing Urshifu and Shenpao from just sweeping us out of the game. It's also pretty decent if we can take their Torn off the board. But that being said, Tailwind would be really, really good. I also want to talk briefly about this Weezing. I don't think you need to be full HP Spadef with Nature. It doesn't really give Weezing that much value. You should actually still be going into defense so you can actually soak those physical attacks so you can get up your Wisp. Because right now, if this is Bandit Lando, we're dead, right? To an Earthquake, unless we Grass Terror, which it's a big commitment. It's a really, really big commitment. So that being said, we have avoided the Intimidate, but what do we really want to do here? I think what I'm going to do is try to Wisp this Lando, and I'm going to just click Dragon Dance. Now, Tailwind would just be better, but I'm going to click this. I could go Protect Wisp. We are fastest thing on the board, because remember, the Torn's Prankster is turned off. But let's see what they're trying to do here. If we can stick this Wisp, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. Rock Slide, ow. Ouch. Alright. It didn't flinch my Roaring Moon, because, oh my god, Icy Wind. So we're back down to neutral. All that work, and we're still back down to neutral. But now we have a lot of damage. So let's hit this. Let's hit this. Survey says Wisp! Yo. So Lando is big burned. So we would like to now get this Torn off the board. I think the knockoff will actually KO the Torn once we got the +1 from the Dragon Dance. But you saw if we had Tailwind there, we would be able to now leverage the fact that both of our monsters are still pretty speedy, even though they got Icy Winded, be able to get some big damage, potential KOs on your opponents, and then from there bring out a Flutter and win the game. That being said, is there anything else I want Weezing to do here? I'm going to double into the Torn, because I want to break Sash if it is, and no matter what switches in, it's going to take a ton of damage here. Knockoff, let's see if we get that big KO! Oh, it is Sash Torn, so it's gone. Their best play here is to throw a YOLO Tailwind up, 100%. 100% best play here is to throw up a Yellow Tailwind. If they click Bleak Wind, they click Icy Wind. Yeah, see, like, you're not getting up that speed control that you need. I'm still not even KO'd. Let's see if you get the flinch on my Weezing too. Let's see if I'm the unluckiest person the world's ever seen. Nope. We are correct amount of luck. That burn of that Lando really mitigated the damage from that Rock Slide. So yeah, you didn't get your Tailwind up. You could have set it up. But, yeah, we're in a pretty decent spot. Weezing's holding. And, yeah, let's see what happens. What's coming out here? Is it like Urshi maybe? Do I care? We also haven't used our Terra. I've not had to Terra yet. We're just kind of chilling with this Roaring Moon. One Dragon Dance completely changed how it goes. It's Shempao here. We just try and burn it. It might even be better to try and go for something different. But yeah, I'm going to just go for the Wisp. Yeah, I don't see an issue with the Wisp here. And then from here, I would say there's nothing really wrong with like just... do I want to... I'm going to throw a knockoff into the Lando. In case they wanted to like swap, like protect Shempao swap or something. Rockslide's absolutely fine. Like we don't need these mons on the board anymore. It would suck to get flinched on the Weezing. We might even lose the Weezing, but the Weezing's turning off Sword of Ruin right now. So like... Ice Spinner shouldn't KO. I mean, I know it wouldn't KO if we had full HP defense. Oh, they crit. Well, that sucks. But what are you going to do, right? Talk about that's +1, never lucky. Sword of Ruin activates, Intimidate activates, but there's nothing on the board. So we're fine. And let's just bring in Water Pawn and Flutter. Now, this is where, if we had something like Follow Me, game would be 1,000,000,000% just over. We do not have Follow Me, so it's not over just yet. That being said, what do we want to do here? I mean, I think we actually still should go Dazzling Gleam. But that being said, like, we probably get KO. Like, I think the right play has to just be Dazzling Gleam here. And then, like, you have to double into the Shempao. Ugh. This is so dicey. I'm trying to think of what they have in the back that they can swap in. Yeah. Could be Goldango coming in too. Yeah, we'll just go for the... We have to respect... We already saw Sash, but we have to respect like them swapping and stuff like that. So we're going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. We have to potentially win a speed tie. They could be a banded Shempao, I guess, because I think we saw the Sash on the Torn, right? We have to respect like what they could swap in though, so it's nothing. It's not wrong like doubling up into the slot. They're going to go Terra as well. I wonder what Terra they're going to go. Is it like Steel? Maybe Ghost? Yeah, Ghost is good. They're doing this just to not have the weakness. And they're going to try and get the Flutter off the board. But let's see what happens here. I like that Terra from them. It's smart. Rock Slide misses on Ogre Pawn. All right. Ooh, that's still so much damage. And then we do outspeed because we are full speed Flutter. Like, we take those. It's probably an Adamant Shempao, honestly. And we get a double KO because the burn's going to take out the line. We take those all the way to the bank. All the way to the bank. Yo, Specs Flutter kind of busted. We did that play, by the way, to avoid Sucker Punch plus the Rock Slide. If we didn't Terra, we would have lost it. Now, we still get the Ivy Cudgel onto that Mon, but it would have taken out from Burn. And so now we have a 2v1 versus their last Mon. But just go back and take a look a little bit and think about, like, what could we change here to actually have an even better matchup? Let's see what the last Mon here is. It's going to be Dango. Dango's a pretty good Mon against our team. All things considered, like, it is. But, like, the Water Pawn should be fine against. They also wasted their Terra, so we should be able to win. This should do 30-ish%. Maybe just a little bit more. A lot more. That's a heavy special attack Goldango. Heavy speed. And this should just bonk it. And we take those wins. So that being said, going back to what I was talking about, right? If this guy had a little bit more defense, we would have stuck on the board a lot longer to actually stick around and wisp that Shempao, which would have been great. If we had Tailwind here instead of Dragon Dance, yes, like, we wouldn't have been as strong versus Tornadus, but it didn't really matter how strong we were because we were fighting against Sash Tornadus. We would have actually just set up the Tailwind, foddered the Roaring Moon, right? We wouldn't even needed to go for, like, the Will Wisp or anything like that. And just brought out the Flutter and just had Flutter go pop, pop, just like Oko all their Mons with, like, a good cleanup like Chi-Yu and or Water Pawn in the back. So there's nothing really wrong with the EV spreads that we have. But hopefully you can understand that they can be optimized. And, you know, that's what we're going to be doing after we play a couple more games. So, yeah, I really was not a big fan of, like, the acid spread in this set either. Again, it only really worked because we had... I used it with Gothitelle. And I was able to, like, in Trick Room, have, like, Weezing barely underspeed and go for acid spray so Gothitelle could just pop something. And that's not really the case here. So, that being said, we're going to do our next game. Holy Pledge. Okay. So, against Pledge teams, I think you just want to set a Tailwind. They also can't really do anything because we have a Covert Cloak, so Tailwind will be going up. You don't really need a Roaring Moon against these guys, but that being said, it's usually Scarf Meowscarada, so you can just kind of lead Roaring Moon and just acrobatics it. That being said, I think something like this is really good, but then it loses to Scizor if they want to lead Scizor. So they could be trying to bait me. Ogerpon's good. Ogerpon can Horn Leech the Greninja and or Ivy Cutcher with the Typhlosion. This will turn off all of the different pledges. If they want to fake out, I can... Well, they can't pledge me because that's a Ambipom. Right, so those are good. This is good. I'm going to bring the Chi-Yu. I don't think abilities are going to be as important here. I think Chi-Yu is going to be pivotal for pinning Scizor in this matchup. We also want to check... we're probably actually going to lock into Dark Pulse against this sort of team. I know they have 2 Darkmons, but like Dark Pulse is great for Scizor even if they want to go Water Terra. It's great for that Typhlosion. You could potentially have Flash Fire. I don't think Typhlosion should be coming to this matchup, but even if it does, I think we're going to be in a fine spot. So that being said, let's see if they want to go Ambipom or Pledge. If it is a Pledge team, it would probably like Meowscarada and Greninja, I would say. That'd be pretty common. So let's see it. Okay, Ambipom, Zapdos. Very, very good as well. They can go like Fake Out Tailwind. We can actually just taunt their Zapdos. I think that's a better play. Yeah, I don't dislike the taunt here. They're not going to be Mental Herb. And like, I don't care. What are they going to do? Thunderous Kick? Like, go nuts. You're going to Fake Out my Torn, I think. And I'm going to Swords Dance. I know it seems really weird. There's a Sash on there somewhere. You can Fake Out this Torn. Oh, God. Holy freaking spam-oly. What is that damage? We're taunting you, but I don't want you Tailwind. If you Tailwind me, I might lose. Like, but if I just click, if I trade Tailwind to you, that's not what I want. So no Tailwind. No Tailwind from you. You can totally click Brave Bird into this Ogerpon. I don't really care. Because then like next turn I just bring out my Flutter and win the game. Oh, they Tailwinded, right? See? Oh my gosh, yo. Professional Pokemon player, that's +1. They're orbed on that Ambipom. Yeah, I think we can just get away with like Bleak Winding. We're faster than a lot of those. No, I'll just throw up the Tailwind. I think Tailwind's fine. And I'm going to Spiky Shield because I think they're going to hit the Ogerpon with something. And then after the Tailwind, I'll just bring out Flutter and win the game. So we're playing this really passive. No Tailwind from you. Let's go get my own Tailwind. Fodder my Torn. They're probably last resorting, right? And now we're going to be able to outspeed Ambipom. I think Ambipom's like a 115. Double hit. Wow. Absolutely fine. I thought Last Resort was coming out for sure. But double hit's good too. It's a lot of damage on that Technician boost. And then, yeah, Zapdos is going to get a potential Sash Break here when it goes into the Ogerpon slot. Nice. So it's not going to be Sash because they show Brave Bird, right? They could, if they had like a different attack, it might not have been Sash. But yeah, looks like no Sash because they wouldn't have Brave Bird there. And we just bring out, either of these guys are amazing. We're just going to bring out the Flutter. Because Flutter can just Terrastalize and go pop them. So you see how good this team is, like when you get up that Tailwind control and you just roll them over. It'd be even easier to add like Follow Me on the Ogerpon. You don't even need Swords Dance. I'm using Swords Dance as like bait here, but you don't even really need it. We're going to Dazzling because that would make sure that we can KO the Ambipom, and then from there, we're going to Ivy Cudgel into the Zapdos slot. Remember, it is still taunted. It cannot Protect or Detect. Ambipom, sure it can, but like we don't really care. I think the best play for them here is to something like Terrastalize their Zapdos to not die. To like a Dazzling them, they can go like Steel, Poison, or Fire. And so we're doubling up and surrounding it with a move that is neutral or super effective against all of those types as well. So that being said, Flutter's going to go big Terra. Not really afraid of anything here. Again, we're forcing out their Terra here. And it should be on Zap. If it's not on Zap, first of all, we're also just going to get the KO the Zap of the Dazzling Loom, and then Ogerpon finishes off. Is that Electric? This isn't a Kanto Zapdos here. Their team's actually kind of funny. They're dead though. They're big gone. We don't even need anything with this Ogerpon. I think we're just going to melt both of them with Flutter. Right? Yeah. Oh, I mean, hey, they lost the weakness, but the Tailwind's still up, right? So we are going to be able to get this. Big damage. Bonk Hammer time. I don't think I've ever crit this move. First time? Nope. Still in crit. So we'll take the kill on the Zapdos. We got both of their mons off the board. We denied their Tailwind, and we still have a Tailwind turns of our own. We're in a great spot, and we still have a whole other Pokemon in the back. We still have a Chi-Yu able to pivot in if we feel like it. What if we had like a Weezing? It'd be like the absolute game ender. Greninja. Is it Greninja and Meowscarada? I'm still too fast. And that is Meowscarada, right? I mean, they can only have one Sash. So we're locking in Dazzling here, and where would the Sash be? That'd be Scarf Meowscarada, so it would just die. So we're just going to the Greninja slot. And we should be able to get it. We should be able to get it. But, yeah, let's see what they want to do here. This is where Follow Me also would be, like, super, super nice. Because if they did have something like what they're showing here with, like, priority moves, we'd be able to redirect that with our Ogerpon. I really think Follow Me would help out this Flutter Mane a lot. That's my personal opinion. It gives your team a lot more options. You can go, like, Follow Me Tailwind, Follow Me Flutter, Follow Me Chi-Yu, Follow Me Roaring Moon, and getting a safe Tailwind. Eventually, Ogerpon goes down. Then you bring out Flutter, and you have Roaring Moon plus Flutter, and you're, like, in a really, really good spot. So let's go big damage, no sashes, and we take those wins all the way to the bank. So we did a really good job of like analyzing the opponent's team, at what their strengths are, what their weaknesses were, and keeping the win just out of range. So it was a really, really good game. And again, if we were to take a look at the Poke Paste here, I think that there's still a lot of things that are good about like full special attack speed Flutter. We are going to change the setup a little bit, but like it's still a really, really good set. I think the Chi-Yu set's really good. We haven't even had to use it yet, but if you were going to be playing like multiple games, like, you know, best of 3 and stuff like that, I think Chi-Yu would definitely be splashed in a little bit. I think they were talking a little bit about like forcing Heatrans to like Terra and stuff like that. And yeah, so the Wellspring Ogerpon is good to force out Terra from Heatran. I understand Heatran would be a little bit more of a problematic mon for this team, and I'm trying to think of like what sort of Heatran set would really be the most problematic. Like, would you rather fight against Leftovers, AV, or Life Orb? I think that Life Orb would probably be better to fight against because they're also, you know, weakening themselves here. But let's go into this game here. Okay, I know who this is. This person on Twitter. Let's see. So they can go Torn Urshi. That sucks. They can go Arcanine. I think Arcanine's a good mon versus our team. I think Water Pond's also really good here. Like, if this were me, I'd think about just going, like, Water Pond Flutter and just winning the game. You'd go Water Pond Flutter, go, like, Follow Me, soak the damage from, like, the Urshi Torns, Dazzle Moon, get a KO on at least one of them, then from there, bring out, like, a Prankster Tailwind instead, or get your own Tailwind up, and then close out the game with your Roaring Moon. That's what I would do. I think that because they're good, they're probably going to go Hands. Hands is a good mon versus our team, but let's think about what we really, really want to do. I think I'm going to lead with Roaring Moon. I think Roaring Moon is a solid lead here. I think Roaring Moon and Weezing get me what I want, but at the same time, I like this lead. It's so hard. I don't know if I want to go Roaring or Weezing. I think Weezing is like a slow L versus this. No, I don't want to go Weezing. You know what? What if we just won, like, what if we just won the game? What if we just went like this? Is Chi-Yu even, like, good here? It's hard to say. Alright, I like that. So these two are good. Then from there, I still like the Roaring Moon. And I am going to bring the Water Pond. I wish we had redirection. I really, really wish that we had redirection on the Water Pond. Because to be really able to, like, redirect those hands away, make them waste those heavy slams, redirect, like, Goldango Shadow Balls away, make them have to hit, Make It Rain, so which we can, like, pivot around. So, yeah, let's see what happens here. I think we do have shots, though. Let's see if they lead Arcanine. Hands Urshi. Oh my gosh, they woke up chose that big violence. But so do we. Right, look at this board. Holy moly, that's that big hate. Big hate. I'm actually just gonna swap in this to block like what you're either gonna go Choice Scarf Surging Strikes, fake out into like Meridian Terra, or you're just gonna like heavy slam it. So like Ogerpon's a solid pivot in there. And then from there, I think I'm actually just gonna click Bleak Windstorm. I could also just click Sunny Day there. I could just click Sunny Day. You can also fake out my Torn. I think fake out Torn. They're pivoting out Urshi. Cool. That works for me. Absolutely fine. Arcanine. So we're going to soak Intimidate on these two. What if we were to find Torn? Lamau. Yeah, let's see it. Arcanine's a good mon here, but we're pinning it. We are repinning it here. And this, this Bleak one is not going to be that great. It's not going to do a lot. I hope they don't pull the trigger and just go after my Tornado slot, but let's see. Who do we miss on? I would like to hit both, please. All right. At least we hit something. Show me that Heavy Slam. Show it to me. Heavy Slam. There we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Tons of damage, but like we didn't die, right? That's the value. And then from here, they're pinned. We can go Tailwind. We can hit them in the face. We crit, we win. They're going to probably Terrastalize it. I don't dislike this. Just nice and passive for one turn. Nice and passive for one turn. This is absolutely fine. We could have committed. We could have overcommitted there. They're gonna bring in their open. See, didn't need to overcommit. So we've seen all four of their Pokemon. That's so good to not see Goldango. Now we can actually just lock in like so many different moves and not have to care about Goldango. Tailwind goes up. Let's see if they're going to Wild Charge. This would make them take a ton of recoil, and now we have speed control for the rest of the game. Wild Charge right play. I mean, it sucks that we didn't do anything, but it is what it is. I think that we can actually bring out Flutter and just win the game here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I think that you just bring out Flutter and it's game. But like also hands, or what is it? The Roaring Moon's just cracked here. No, I think the Flutter's still right though. I think I'm gonna go Moonblast the hands and Swords Dance. Or do I want to double into hands? Like, the hands will die if I double into it. I'm going to Swords Dance. I'm going to Swords Dance, and I'm thinking. I'm just good to Moonblast. Cool, works for me. You can bring the Arcanine. I don't know if you Oko me with your Water Pond. I like how passively I play. I played this pretty. I'm not using my Terra yet. I think that's really important that I'm not terastallizing yet. And I don't think that they KO me with their Water Pond unless they crit me with the Ivy Cudgel. So let's see it. There's my Swords Dance. We got that big damage. Next turn we're going hot into that Arcanine. It's dead no matter what. Don't crit me. Just don't crit me. Come on, don't crit me. You freaking! I've never once crit that move, and I get crit by. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine, but unlucky. Never lucky, bro. 100% never. You ever seen anyone as unlucky as me? I swear to goodness. All right, this is a good mon here though. I'm actually gonna Dragon Dance right now, and I'm gonna Ivy Cudgel. I kind of want to Horn Leech it. We're only at +1. I don't think that gets the KO. I am going to Horn Leech it, because I want to see if they follow me. And I'm actually just going to click Dragon Dance. I wouldn't be surprised to see like hands pivot in. Yep, hands pivot in because they want to reapply the Intimidate, right? And maybe you might Spiky Shield. Like, I don't know what you're doing here, but this is going to be good damage for his hands. But yeah, I'm making the plays right now. I can't believe they crit my Flutter. We would have lived. Oh well. DD baby! Right now they're like, oh shit. And so let's actually think about what the right play is here. Because they have Fake Out Pin now. They can safely get an Arcanine if they want to. It's a lot of damage. I'll take that heal. I actually am not threatened by the Water Pond, so we just double into the hands. Yep. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yep, so you're going to pivot in your Arcanine, and then you're going to try and, like, KO something, but I'm doubling into it correctly. Now, I would hope that I would still be able to get the KO on the Iron Hands with the Acrobatics, even though it's not Terastallized right now. I don't think I want to Terastallize until I have to against their Water Pond. Fake Out. You still lose your hands here. Yep. Cool. And they're going to have Terra up. They can Terastallize their Water Pond. But I want to see what they do here. I might actually play this really passive. I'm not afraid of a Swords Dance from them. I don't really think I am. Urshi's coming out. Okay. Yeah, that's totally fine. Speed boosters are gone, but like we have way more speed control than they do. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go for like. I wonder, are you gonna pivot to be able to get more Intimidates? It's kind of hard to say, right? I'm going to Ivy Cudgel here. I don't care if you want to pivot in that other guy. Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to seal up your Arcanine. Yeah, go ahead. Pivot in the Water Pond. Good play. I can't do anything about that. You know what I mean? Like, if I were to double into your Urshi, yeah, I think it's fine. We're at least going to be able to pin the Water Pond next turn. It sucks I'm taking the bait here, but Big acrobatics. I think they're Scarfed Urshi. We're going to be able to tell right now. Oh, they're just dead. We take those. That wasn't even a crit. We just popped that Urshi, bro. Agriculture's not going to be super great here, but yeah, I think we're in a good spot. They still have Terra, but now that there's no more Urshi, I can drop a double protect to see what move that Arcanine wants to lock into. And if they do have Follow Me or something weird like that, I think that's an option. Because I think that, like, yeah, I'm going to go for Psyche Shield, and I'll go Protect. I think that I can actually just Acrobatics plus Horn Leech their Ogerpon and get the KO every time. And so I'd like to see them go Spiky Shield. So that would be on cooldown for next turn. There's the Terra. Cool, we're baiting out those resources. What are we seeing here? Maybe the Arcanine Terras? Oh, it is Water Terra. Cool, so they're just going to take super effective damage from Horn Leech. That's what we really wanted to see the most. Cool, that's like really, really good. It's a lot of damage. I wish we had Follow Me, though. I do wish. Here's a Protect. Let's see what the Arcanine's locking into. I want to see if it's like Head Smash or something stupid. It's probably just Rock Slide. See if they have Follow Me, too. Okay. Follow Me. There it is. And Rock Slide, right? Alright, this is going to be a hard one. Because it's Banded Arcanine. Roaring Moon will die to the Rock Slide. I'm trying to think of what I need to do here with Water Pawn. Because I think they're going to Spike Shield me this turn, and I think I want to try and steal the KO on the Arcanine. Like, I'm gonna try it. We're going all in. Are you Spike Shielding? Nope, follow me. Hey, what are you going to do, right? Knockoff is not strong against Water Pawn, but I don't think I could have KO'd it. So, yeah, it would have done, like, what, 35% more? That kind of sucks, actually, because we're going to lose Roaring Moon. Unless they miss! Who'd that miss on? I can't tell. Oh, that crit me! Dude, I'm getting crit left. I'm getting crit every possible situation here, but this should just be game. We go Cudgel here. Acrobatics should KO from there. Even if you Spike the Shield, I still think we got it. Cool, we got it. Whew. Yeah, we'll take those wins. We'll take those wins. Yeah, this is one of those situations where, like, the bulky Water Pawn, or sorry, the fast Water Pawn, sorry, ended up being a little bit better, but yeah, like, Dragon Dance is cool, but I think Tailwind would have been very good, because we wouldn't have had to bring both Tornadus and, actually, we didn't even bring Tornadus, you know what I mean, you guys understand what I mean. We're going to go take a look at the team fixing part. That was a great game. I was playing against a pretty high-level player in that game, so I kind of had to play it a little bit differently, but yeah, they played everything really, really well, and what we're going to do now is take a look at, like, fixing a bunch of these EV spreads, because I do think, like, a lot of things do need to get cleaned up again. We're going to go take a look at the, we're going to take a look, and we got crit twice in that last game, too. Holy moly, never lucky. Let's go take a look at the rental code one more time. And again, I don't think there's actually anything wrong with this rental code. You know, if you remember from the team submission, this is supposed to be a Sun team. You're supposed to be able to lead things like Tornadus and enable the Flutter with things like, you know, the Photosynthesis activating, give you a speed boost, which is really nice, or enabling the Chi-Yu to do more damage with Heat Wave. I do think the Chi-Yu needs Overheat. I do think that you need Follow Me on your Water Pawn. I do think that you should have Roaring Moon have Tailwind, so you actually don't have to pick Tornadus or Roaring Moon. You can do either or and have like a different game plan depending on both of them. And the last but not least, I think the Weezing should actually have Sludge Bomb, because it doesn't actually have any other like specific types of, you know, spores or any burns other than that, other than this Will-O-Wisp that it's actively like clashing with. So I think that Sludge Bomb is better. It's a lot more damage. You could also go physical Weezing if that is something that you like, but I like the Weezing with Sludge Bomb here over the Acid Spray, and yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. So we're going to take a look now at the team fixing part, and this is your little reminder to leave a like on the video if you've gotten this far, if you're enjoying the content and you like this sort of team fixing. Think about leaving a like, think about leaving a comment, and yeah, drop a sub if you haven't yet. So starting with this Weezing, I think that I usually like to put about 12 points in speed on my Weezings as well, just to make sure that you're outspeeding, like, you know, Iron Hands and a bunch of other mobs that have popular base 60 speed tiers, like Grimmsnarl, for example. Speed creep those just a little bit. But then from there, you don't actually need like a lot in speed up. This is going to make you not get O-code from Flutter Moonblast. We can just run a couple calcs here and make up for it and just find out. So Weezing, here we go. So just plug in like a Weezing, set that thing to 50, plug in like a Flutter here. Now, should you be fighting Flutter Mains with your Weezing? I mean, like, maybe. maybe not, you know, but I don't think that it's worth it to actually put your nature and everything into SpDef. You know, like a 10% boost to a 120 base versus a 10% boost to a 70. You should be putting that nature towards your defense, that your higher stat. That being said, let's just plug in like Moonblast here. So Moonblast here, 252. You see it's going to be doing a lot, and then when they add the items and like the Terras and everything on top of it, they can start doing like a lot of damage. So like item choice specs, and then they add like a Fairy Terra on top of it. And so you're starting to see how that can do like a lot of damage. We're obviously going to have like 252 here, but then like you also can take into account that they can have like helping hands and stuff like that. And so you need to put like a little bit of points right there. 44 points lets you live through exactly that onslaught, right? So that being said, 44 points works for Weezing there, and then from there, I like to just throw 4 in here, and then a 204 defense. And this is going to let you actually live versus Urshi Water. So if we take a look at like other things, people always ask me, how do you know what to calc for? And in reality, like, you just think about what's popular, and you're like, do I live that? Do I not live that? Because if the question is could I live that? Then that's something worth running calc for. Like, for example, like this Weezing. Does Weezing live like a Choice Specs Chi-Yu overheat in the sun? No, it doesn't. I don't need to calc that. We're dead. But I could live a Moonblast with like in the right situations with like the, you know, everything else going according to it. That being said, one thing before, we also need to optimize our HP for leftovers. The way you do that is by dividing whatever your HP stat is by 16. And if it comes out to an even divided by 16, then you're getting the maximum amount that you're restoring for leftovers. So I'm going to plug in a calculator on my phone. Here we go. Just to make sure. So 172 divided by 16. Nope, that's not the right number. So that's going to be 170 divided by 16. Nope. 168 divided by 16. 10.5. It looks like it's just not meant to be. So we'll just keep it at 244. We have to go all the way down to like probably 228. I don't want to do that because it throws off this Moonblast calc. But that being said, this is a fine spread. Actually, would still go to 252 to keep that at an even number, and then I'd go 196. This is what I use on my Weezing because we want to maintain, because I calced it for 252 with 44. But yeah, this is a good set. Let's go plug it in versus Urshi just to show what I was talking about, though, because we might be able to live through Urshi stuff. So we go Urshifu, and we're gonna plug in. Let's just plug in like a Scarf set. So you can see like a standard like Scarf Urshi. Let's give it like a 252 Jolly. Just because, you know, that's what we're looking at here. So Surging Strikes does a lot, but now we're gonna have 196 with like a Bold Nature. And so like now they don't do anything. So now it does 69% is the highest roll they can do there. And then from there, if we burn them, and we're gonna take a leftovers, they only do 34, and then we add in the leftovers value, we're actually never gonna die to that Urshi, right? 99%, 2% to 4 after leftovers are covered. But basically, the first thing that happens is, you know, we have leftovers, and they do 69%, which means we're going to be at 30.1, and then we get a leftovers tick, and then from there, we go up to like 38%, and then they do 34. So, like, we're going to be absolutely fine. So that being said, this is a solid Weezing spread. I like the Grass Terron as well. That's just my personal opinion. It's actually just there to make it so Amoonguss can't just bully you out of the game. But that being said, also, I would make the Sludge Bomb. Sometimes Poison's really good, but this is also a lot more damage, and the Acid Spray is just not that viable here. If you want to make it a physical Weezing, you definitely can too, with things like Gyro Ball. You can use things like Gunk Shot. Weezing has like a pretty decent attack stat. 90 is not bad. You can definitely use Gunk Shot. I just don't like missing, so Sludge Bomb works. It's also pretty good versus Rilla. That being said, on Roaring Moon, I think you should still be going full speed. I am a big fan of full speed Roaring Moon, and then from there, you know, going all the way up to right here to get 1 less, so you still always get your booster into speed. That's going to be very, very nice. But then from there, you don't need like 36 in defense. You can actually cut that up into 28 in defense, which is what I would do. And then just cut that up into 2 sets of 4. Remember, 1 point in each of these respective stats. So 2 points, because you're getting 1 in each, is worth more than just 1 into defense. So that's a good way to look at it. This is a solid set. I like the move set other than making this Tailwind. If you want to keep Dragonets, that's completely fine, but you don't actually have the tools to make Dragonets work on this team. That would require like a fake out user. That would require more proactive like redirection, and I feel that when you get off a Dragon Dance, you would actually just be better off tailwinding, getting that +2 speed, enabling both itself and its partner to dictate play, and then setting up for a win with either the Flutter Mane or Chi-Yu in the back. So Tailwind's going to be a little bit better in that situation. It also can enable Weezing in some situations to outspeed things and go for Will-O-Wisp, which is pretty nice. Flutter. Specs Flutter. I think that realistically, you should just be outspeeding Torns, and by proxy, 1 more speed poor than that Lycanrocs. So we actually only need to get to 181, and we don't even need our nature to do that. And I really think you drop it all the way down to 204. You are afforded the luxury of going modest there, which actually means, you know, you saw in the games we played, we didn't KO things like a Gyarados. We didn't KO a couple small things barely. Now we're going to be able to OHKO those things, and we're actually still functioning. I've used this set before. We're still functioning at like roughly the same speed tier. That whole like 252, the only thing that was giving us, 252 with nature, was allowing us to potentially speed tie Shenpao. And now we can actually have a board where we don't die to the Shenpao. Like Ice Spinner won't kill us unless they crit here. And then from there, like we're going to add redirection. We're going to flesh out the Chi-Yu a little bit. Weezing is a lot more bulky. It's not Flutter's job to like speed tie Shenpaos anymore. So if you're still more comfortable with that set, you want to use that. Maybe think about using like a Sash Flutter. But on this set, you're way better off doing this. I just do also like the power gem being able to check like Hisui Arcanines and you know, other Shenpaos, and then other things like Chi-Yu. I also like Fire Pond and stuff like that. Power gem's really good. As for Chi-Yu, does Chi-Yu need a scarf? That's a really good question. What are you going to be outspeeding with Chi-Yu? Right. So if you take a look at Chi-Yu, right, it has a 100 base speed, which is tied with a lot of very popular Pokemon. It'd be nice to outspeed Urshifu in case you're fighting Scarf Urshifu, but the most common Scarf user you're going to be fighting is going to be Landorus. So we're going to be plugging in a Choice Scarf Landorus Therian right here, set it to level 50. And so Landorus has a base 91 speed, so if they're 252 like adamant, you know, if we go 252, we're still faster. But in reality, these guys, because we have 9 base speed on them. The worst case scenario is Jolly. So we need to get faster than this. So that means we're still going to have to be timid, but we don't have to be a 252 set. But we don't have to be. It's not required. We can actually drop about 10 of these points. Go to right there. So 188 timid is going to let us still function at the same speed tier that you have, right? 188. You're still functioning at the same exact tier, but now we get so much more value. We have so much more bulk than we did before. I mean, you want to put those points predominantly in HP because its HP is such a low stat. This Chi-Yu is thick now. It's a thick, bulky little guy, and we're still really, really fast. If you want to put some more points in speed, you definitely can, but this is going to be able to outspeed Choice Scarf Finals by 1 point and still basically function any other way. Another thing to hear is make it overheat. One thing about overheat, let's plug in overheat from a Chi-Yu here. So let's just give ourselves 2-2, right? And let's make ourselves using Psychic, which is what you had before. And let's give ourselves Beats of Room, which it has, and overheat. So what you can think, like, what would the Psychic even be for? It's going to be like Iron Hands, right? So let's just plug in Iron Hands. Let's just give it like a AV set or something like that. Make it so it's 50. A standard Iron Hands would have something like 100, like 252 Calm or something like that. Or I have it on bundle now. Like, that was weird. Iron Hands Vested. There we go. That's more like it. Again, they usually have about like 100 points, and they take a lot out. Anyways, so you see, like, our Psychic does 38%, because Psychic is a 90 base power move, which is double to a 180. Overheat, though, is a 130 base power move, which gets a stab boost of 1.5. So 130 plus 1.5 ends up being 190. It's stronger, right? It gets 60 more base power. So it's actually stronger to use Overheat than it is to use Psychic. So even in the best situation where you would have this move, Overheat's still better. And then from there, remember, we do have Sunny Day and Sun. We can do even more damage with this. And that being said, should we be fighting like an Iron Hands with this? Like, that might not be what it's for, but it's still twice as effective as a Psychic, right? So Overheat's going to be a little bit better. It's going to let us delete things that are taking neutral damage from this. It was really, like, I think that first game that we played, I don't remember if we fought against a Namorous today, but yeah, like, that would just absolutely pop these things. So yeah, Overheat's going to be a little bit better. Still with the Dark Pulse, still with the Snarl, still with the Heat Wave. Really, really good stuff. I like the Ghost Terror to be able to avoid Fake Out. It's solid. As for Tornadus, this is a cool set. I would say if you're going to be playing this on closed team sheet, like the ladder, Covert Cloak's great, you're doing everything right, but you also don't need Ghost Terra if you're going to be fighting against those things, unless you're really afraid of things like, E-Speeds. Realistically, I like the Flying Terra here, so after you actually drop, like, it'll let you hit your Bleak one really good, and it's good against other water pawns. They don't see it coming, and sometimes when you do just a little bit more damage, it can be pretty nice. That being said, also common Terras are like things like Steel to avoid like fairy damage. You can sometimes make it like Dragon or Water to be able to, you know, mitigate damage from other Urshifus. That being said, I like this. If you're playing it on an open team sheet, I would probably make it just have a Sash. But that being said, it's going to be just a little bit better. What I like to do here is, yeah, that's a solid set. You can put an HP or Spit F. It's fine right there. As for your Water Pawn, I think that Swords Dance is nice, but again, these things only really work when you have adequate redirection, and this should be your mom with redirection. You need Follow Me here. And then from there, I don't think you need as much speed as you have here. I think you always need to outspeed Hisui Arcanine. And then from there, Hisui Arcanine, let's just plug it on the side. Let's see, Arcanine. So plug in like an Arcanine here. And like a Hisui Arcanine is going to be a base 90 mom, which means you want to outspeed Arcanine, but you also might as well just outspeed Landorus at that point too. In case you're not fighting against like a Scarf Landorus, or in case like they get a -1 from like a Bleak Windstorm or something. So again, we want to outspeed Landorus, and worst case scenario, make that like a full speed Jolly. Right, so we need to get to 158, which is the exact same as Chi-Yu. But then from there, what we also want to do is we want to make our Ogerpon 1 point faster, just in case Chi-Yu gets like knocked off or loses its item, or gets like maybe it's swapped in on a -1. We always want to give the illusion that Ogerpon just has more investment in speed than Chi-Yu does, because it is a faster Pokemon, so we want to make our opponents think that we are a full speed Ogerpon in the off chance that they're ever both on the board and Ogerpon could go first. So we want to get to 159 on Chi-Yu, or sorry, on this guy. And we can actually do that by taking some points out, and we're still technically functioning at like a pretty quick speed tier. We're still functioning at a pretty quick speed tier. Now, if you just want to go 252, that is also fine. But realistically, you'd have to be going like a Jolly Nature. You'd have to get to 168 to even outspeed base 100s. You might also want to outspeed Urshifu. Let's talk about what Urshifu's base speed is. Urshifu's base speed is going to be 97. Sorry, yeah, 97. So getting to 164 would let you outspeed that. That might be a better idea. We'd have to still be Jolly for that. But you can go to 165 and speed through by an extra point. And then from there, you just throw the extra points in bulk here. And then this is probably better. Being able to outspeed Urshifu is kind of, it's kind of nice. And then from there, we get split that up a little bit like this. I think it's a fine set. The follow me is going to be the main reason we actually use this Mon. So giving it a little bit of bulk is fine. Let me know what you think about this set. But that being said, I do think that this is a much better way to do it, because you are now opening yourself up to the potential of having like being able to lead Water Pond Flutter against like Torn Urshi and just go redirection, Dazzling Gleam, I don't care what you're doing. You can Tailwind, you can Surging Strikes, I don't care. Next turn, follow me until Ogerpon's gone, Dazzling Gleam until your Mons are gone. Once that's gone, you bring out your Tornadus, go for a mid-game Tailwind to reverse those speed tiers and continue Dazzling Gleam to win the game. It's so nice. So think about those changes, and we're going to go play a couple games here and see how the changes that we made stack up in real battles. So let's go do that right now. Let's go do that right now. We're going to play it on closed team sheet, just because, like, I think that's what the team is submitted for. But this is another reminder. Here's your second reminder. Think about dropping a sub. Think about dropping a follow. You can also check out the link to the Patreon in the description. Even the lowest tier, the 2-hour tier, gets access to this post where you see I'm trying to fix every single one of these teams, make a video for all of them. And then from there, like, I think that I'm trying my best to actually get inside the headspace and give them back a team that will actually fit their playstyles. So that being said, what is this? We see Tailwind. It's probably going to be Water Urshi. Probably like Aqua Jets. This guy plays around Redirection. So they're going to be trying to enable a Colossal, so we can just turn that off with Weezing, but you don't need to lead Weezing. You want to make them think that you didn't bring it. So that being said, I think that, like, realistically, Roaring Moon is a big bully versus like those two. So we're going to lead Roaring Moon. And do we want to lead Flutter, or do we want to lead something else that would be a bit more of a bully? I think we could just lead Flutter, because I'm going to pivot out the Weezing. So, like, yeah, I think this is good. I'm going to bring these. I'm not going to go Tailwind for this game. So there's the Colossal, and there's the Barraskewda. So right now they're thinking like, yo, I can do the thing. I can go Aqua Jet into this guy, activate all this stuff. And I'm like, you can't do anything, bro. I'm going to knock off your policy, too. I'm faster than your Barraskewda is. Well, I mean, you can Aqua Jet, but, like, actually, what do I want to do there, then? Let me think about that. I guess he just killed the Barraskewda. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Just pivot out. Ooh! Oh, man, he almost ate it, bro. All right. Surf. Oh, they went all in. All right, so this is going to activate the policy. I should have knocked off the Colossal. I didn't think they would Surf. I thought they would just Aqua Jet or something. Scald's absolutely fine. We don't really care. Weezing still soaks it. Remember, we only have 44 points in Spit Up, but it's absolutely fine. So, yeah, I think we can just go probably something like Protect here, because we're always going to be faster than the Barraskewda. We're going to let this guy go down. Actually, we could just swap in like this. I'll do it. This is going to be sick. What are they going to do? Surf again, bro? No. So yeah, Weezing's gonna dip, and we'll be back. We don't want to open up our Roaring Moon to eat like a +2 move from them. So pivot in the Wellspring here, not a bad option. Water Terra, yo, what are you doing? They just dipped, bro. They did Surf again. They just like killed themselves, right? I think that's obviously like a joke game. They did that just for the lulz, but like that's fine. We'll go to another game. Yeah, Weezing's so good at like turning off those combo-based teams. You don't really want to lead Weezing into it though. You want to like dangle the Weezing in the back. Make them actually force them into their combo. Why is there another Colossal team? Hello? What? This one's Aqua Jet. It has to be Aqua Jet. Maybe Surf over there, but it's Aqua Jet. So again, I think the same thing. Weave with this one. I think I'm going to lead the Chi-Yu instead. Just because, like, I think we might just be able to blow up something if they weed incorrectly. You know, we already made our EV spread to be able to break that Lando. Then from there, Weezing. And I'm going to bring the Water Pawn. I think Water Pawn's still really good here. There's the Coal. There's the Overquill. I mean, yeah, man. Go pop off. Is it going to Aqua Jet? Does this thing even get it? Does it even get Aqua Jet? It's fine. I don't care. We soak the Intimidate. No big deal. I'm going to knock off so we can just deny the policy unless they have Aqua Jet. Should be Surf, though, right? Water Terra. It is Aqua Jet. All right, well, there's no ability here. And they got a freaking Absorb Bulb. Oh, my gosh. And then they Iron Defense. Okay, so we're gaming here. We are now gaming. Holy moly. Special attack +2 defense. I'm just going to Will-O-Wisp this thing. And then Weezing's we're going to go for like a fadeaway Tailwind to enable our Flutter to win the game. But like, so weird. Why are there 2 Colossal teams? What, is there something I don't know? Like, did Aaron Cybertron Zhang feature a Colossal team today? What about this stream is making people do that? Oh, Taunt. Very, very good stuff. Earth Power. Cool. Go nuts. Like, it really does not matter to me. We do need to, like, low-key preserve this slot. So that being said, I'm going to go knock off. No, we just need a Tailwind. I think Tailwind's fine. We can do that next turn, though. No, I don't want to die. I'm going to knock off here. And because I want to see if they have, like, AV. No, they don't have AV because they taunted. Yeah, let's try this. If they go for like an Aqua Jet, that's fine. We don't need to do anything spectacular yet. But hey, cool. Hey, more power to these guys. I think Colossal's so cool. They even went with like the passive way to do it with the Absorb Bulb, bro. Shoutouts to them. Absolutely amazing. Maybe I should use Colossal. I think I would have some pretty cool ways to use Colossal. I think Colossal is one of those mons that's like actually better than people give it credit for. Because you can play it on like Trick Room teams and like more aggressive teams like this where you can like activate Steam Engine and do weird stuff like that. They should be trying to get this Coal off the board. So they should be like attacking here and then doing something big over there. You know what? I'm going to throw my Tailwind up now. And I'm going to pivot in the Overpawn. Because I think there's a good shot they like take this slot out or try and take it out. And then they just body press the crap out of my Roaring Moon. And I don't want that. So I'm going to start the timer. They just dipped. Yo, they didn't win in 2 turns, so they just dipped? Oh my gosh. We'll wait for them. Or not. I'll just go another game. Holy moly. I swear, if we find a 3rd Colossal, I'm gonna, like, lose my shit, right? No way. Maybe that's the next thing. Next team building guide is me using Colossal. I kind of want to use, like, Colossal Zoroark now. Zoroark doesn't really get any water moves, but, like, you don't know which one's the Colossal and which one's a Zoroark. Or, like, if I were to lead, like, Zoroark and Colossal, there's something there. There's definitely something there. They should give Zoroark Aqua Jet. They should have given Zoroark Vacuum Wave. That would have been really cool. I know they gave Vacuum Wave to like a lot of different mons. Yeah, we're just big searching. Can I find a battle, please? Can we find like a real team? There we go. Nice looking team. Start the timer. So against a team like this, we would like to outspeed a lot of these guys. Big redirection vibes. Wide guard on Torterra could be kind of dicey. Oh, this person just dipped. Dude, no one wants the sauce. No one wants the smoke. We're literally too good. We're literally like too good for these people. Yeah, just do it. Add another game, bro. We're here all week, bro. Oh, did this guy come back? Oh, dude, this guy came back. All right, we're back. We're gaming. Okay, Pikachu team. All right, we'll fight that in a sec. There's the Aqua Jet we talked about. Water Absorb, nice. Tailwind, show me that body press. Heat Wave, yo, take it to a better night's sleep. Let's go. So we go in hot there with the water, the Water Pawn attack. I think I'm gonna knock off this guy, and I'm just gonna go with the Horn Leech. I'm still faster. Even if I don't care about the I could have swapped out for Weezing. I don't actually think that matters. I want to see what we knock off here. Mirror Herb. Okay. Big damage. And yeah, you can go for the damage, like, but my Flutter is just going to come out and win the game in like 2 turns. Because like I still outspeed it with Tailwind. That's the thing that's like the funniest thing. Might as well just Acrobatics. Let's see. You have Intimidators back there? You do. So we just double into this spot. And in case you want to swap out for Landorus or something. Yep. Sinistcha. Oh, good play. Good play. Good damage. Good damage. Get that heal. Let's see what they're doing here. 2 turns left on Tailwind. They miss on the Water Pawn. We take those. And at this point, I think you still want to go after that thing at some point. I'm going to knock off that guy. And yeah, we'll just Horn Leech. It's fine. I don't think that Colossal actually even has Protect, right? Iron Defense, Earth Power. Like, they got the... They're chunky, but they don't have the... I don't think they have Protect. What a cool game. What a cool game. There's a Rage Powder. Not bad, not bad. You're dead, though. Yeah, we're pretty big. Roaring Moon's a pretty big little guy. Take out the Colossal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You have an Overquill and something. And, yeah, we're in a good spot. We can just knock off this thing. And, knock off there. There's no reason to, like, stay in and be intimidated. We can just pivot into Wheezing in case something weird's going to happen. Bam. Knocking off a Blunder Policy. Holy moly. And so we're wasting the Intimidate right here. It doesn't matter that we're getting intimidated here. Blizzard. It's blind, yo. And we just come up with Chi and win the game. I think we just Dark Pulse the Empoleon. I think that's the mon that we're really afraid of because, like, Ogerpon checks this thing eventually, right? So we should be good to go. Throw up a Yellow Tailwind. Throw up a Dark Pulse into this guy. And we should be able to win in 2 turns. DP. Oh my gosh, that's not that. That's a pretty thick Empoleon. But what are they going to do here? Flinch, we take those. Alright, so Dark Pulse goes in there. Cutchel goes in there. Cool. Yeah, I didn't want to miss a Heat Wave, but there wasn't anything they could have really done in that situation. Chiu's still bulky enough to be able to eat anything from an Empoleon. And then we should just be able to win. Taunt, Aqua Jet, Poison, Jab. I want to see if they have a water attack. Let's see. I'll go Ghost. It'll be funny. Now, would they throw a Dark Attack out here? No. We're good. We're good. They're dead. They're so dead. Aqua Jet, easy peasy. We soak those all the way to the bank. Not the cleanest game, but we'll take those. And let's go into another one. Let's play some real teams, please. Holy moly. What even is this? Like, we're fixing these teams, but then we're... Okay, there's no Colossal, right? We can actually test first this. But there's another Empoleon. A little bit of Pledge. So against Pledge, we already talked about what we kind of want to do. We can bully the Pledge users through the use of Tailwind. So Tailwind's going to be really good here. I think that these two should be able to stop most things. Also plays around Fake Out really well. If they want to lead Empoleon versus this, we could fodder the Flutter or even like pivot in like Water Pawn. So I think the Water Pawn's also very good here if we can disincentivize the Pelipper. Landorus is actually really good. I think it's a very, very solid Pokemon. I don't think we need Wheezing in this matchup. I don't think we need Chi-Yu. I think Roaring Moon's going to be better for like that like late game secondary Tailwind setter. But this is actually a really cool team to test first. And I think this is a team that got rank 1 on the ladder at the end of last month. I know a lot of people are using Landorus right now. So there's a Fake Out, but it doesn't do anything. Right? This is totally fine. I don't think Banded Grassy Glide will kill us there. So because we also have speed control here, I'm actually just going to click Weak Wind. And I think I'm just going to... Are they really going to fake out my Flutter, dude? Be my guest. Be my guest. Put me to the test. Let's go. Grassy Glide. Oh my gosh, that's a crit, dude. So unlucky, bro. And then we miss. Dude, I cannot believe they crit me. That would not have KO'd. That does not KO. It doesn't KO. We put the points in bulk. Oh my gosh, they crit me with a Grassy Glide turn 1, dude. Never lucky. It's okay. Yo, we'd be crying every time out here. Oh my gosh, that would not have, they would have been so dead. Spiky Shield's fine. Grassy Glide, they don't get a crit, but it's fine. Dude, I'm so unlow. I can't even. Ugh. That's so dumb. Turn 1 crit Grassy Glide. Even Banded Rilla, that doesn't KO. Oh well. Let's see what they want to do. Yep. Yeet. We come in hot over here. Cool. Gets a little bit of health back. Keeps him out of range. And we can actually just wait out this terrain. Let's see what they have in the back, though. We could have set up Tailwinds. We could have done so many different things, but like at this point, we just have to like play around what they potentially could have. Meowscarato's problematic. Landorus is problematic. I think I'm going to Tailwind and just pop that. That's probably my best play. Yep. Yep. Let's see if they want to terrestrialize that Lando into something weird. Because they might pivot out the Rilla for Pelipper, but that would just be making me stronger. Like, I still think we're probably going to win. It's just like, how unlucky can you get, bro? Yeah, and that Rillaboom shouldn't be able to do anything to this Roaring Moon. Right now, the Roaring Moon's like on the board, and they're like, fuck, you know? No crit! You can't just keep crit me, bro. Bonked. We got our... We finally crit! We finally critted Ivy Cudgel first time! First time! Ivy Cudgel crit I've ever seen in my life. Now, I don't have to care about this board. Let's see. We have Tailwind up. This is where I think I will actually, like, Spiky Shield and just Protect. I want to see what they do, but this also makes the Rillaboom... I think they're banded. This makes the Rillaboom, like, lose its grassy strats, and then we just win. So let's see what happens here. Once you're out of Grassy Glide turns, Ghost with the most out here. Talk about knockoff. Spiky Shield. Sucker Punch. Nah, bro, you take those. Sucker Punch, huh? So against a board like this, should I follow me here? I'm way faster than you. I'm trying to think of like what they could actually... I wonder if that's Sash. That's kind of why I'm trying to play around Sash here. I'm going to go follow me because it would make you have to waste a player into that slot. And then from there, I'll just take out... I'm trying to wonder if I should even take out the Rilla. No, I can just Acrobatics here. We're good to go. Protect. It wasn't banded. He was just bad. There's the Sash. Okay. U-turn's fine. And then you can try and Sucker Punch here or do whatever you want to do. Like, it's not going to get you anything. That Rillaboom can't break the Roaring Moon, so we're good to go. So even with all of that on luck, we still were able to win. Holy moly. I don't even know if I did everything right in that game, but, you know, what else would you do? You force them to have the wrong Mons. They can be sashed. They can take the L. They can go for a Sucker Punch and, like, a Wood Hammer, but, like, nah. Nope. Acrobatics. I'm like, what? Wood Hammer. We thick. We thick! You can KO yourself. Stupid. That must be Miracle Seed Rilla, but I can't believe that, like, they just crit me with the Turn 1 Grassy Glide. You know, we put points specifically in bulk, so, like, that wouldn't happen. We got ourselves out of that range. And then the crit Grass got Turn 1. And we still won. I can't believe it. And we, like, miss a Bleak One on an Ogerpon, and we still won this game. And that doesn't show you that, like, the changes that we made on this team are a little bit better. I really don't know what else can, because we like literally lost a Pokemon every turn for the... We lost the beginning of this game super hard. We lost both our Mons, went to a Spiky Shield, and we still won. So hopefully you like these changes. It just goes to show you don't even have to play the actual game itself, right? This team now just has the tools to be able to like mitigate damage, redirect. It's bulky on a lot of Mons. You know, just got to play around the crit. Weezing's a lot easier to use. I think Tornadus has a little bit more closing power with that double dip Flying Terra. But if you guys have a team you want to submit, think about checking out the Patreon. Again, this post and all of the rentals I go over. $2 tier. Even the lowest tier, the $2 tier, gets access to all this stuff. So think about checking out the Patreon. Don't forget to answer the question today. Let me know what your thoughts are on the length of Regulation F. Not the Pokemon in it, but just the length. Do you guys like the longer formats, the shorter formats? Let me know in the comments below. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. I'll see you guys next time.